Morning. It's a bright and beautiful blue sky summer morning. Welcome to Ireland when the sun comes out, because it's an absolutely beautiful day. I have the morning kind of to myself. I have a little few jobs to do along the way. I'm trying to get another job now as well, trying to do some interviews and things. But besides all that, I have to go for a run. So let's go for a run. That time of day. I had this morning off to try and find some jobs and work and things that I want to do, and now I have to go over to my normal job, which I'm going to be in for the next couple of weeks, and then I'm finished there. And once that ends, I'm back being just a freelancer. So I have some passengers in the car with me. So what do you think, guys?
Oh my god.
Unbelievable.
So cool.
Obsessed.
Just
Love the interior.
Caramel, not even cream. It's just unbelievable.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh lovely girls, oh lovely girls.
One thing I do like, I was asked a question this morning in the comments below, so if you've got a comment, leave a comment in the comment below. Good lord. I don't remember who asked it, but somebody asked me, is it quieter than an E-Class? I wouldn't say so, but I have a feeling that's because of double glazing within the E-Class rather than what's in this, which is just standard glazing. It is very, very quiet, but it isn't quiet when you accelerate. There is a good bit of engine noise. One thing I do find is at lower speeds, the gearbox seems to struggle quite a bit to figure out what gear it needs to be in. It does seem to do an awful lot of kind of, hunting for a gear. It's only a flick of a gear between the two, but still it seems to look for it. I'm not too sure whether I like that, especially at lower speeds. And when you're not listening to music or radio or something, it becomes very distinct. The steering is very nicely weighted, and the four-wheel drive system in this is unnoticeable. Now, I'm not too sure whether it cuts in or cuts out, or whether it's permanent four-wheel drive, or how much power has been shunted around between the four wheels, but it does seem to do a good job of not really paying attention as to where the power is coming from. It just seems to put the power down nicely. Active cruise control is also on this model, and it's completely essential. I absolutely adore active cruise control. It does completely stop me speeding. Even the temptation, even the drift over the top of speeding, it completely negates that. You just want to get on with the journey. And even when you're coming into towns and things, it just continues following the car in front of it. It's brilliant. It is a big car, I will say that for it, and that's okay. I don't mind it being a big car. It's kind of what you want. It has a big boot, it has a big back seat, it is very, very luxurious feeling in here. And this one doesn't feel quite as numb as the XC90 did, which felt quite numb to drive. This one feels quite active to drive, and I like that. It's the first not boring Volvo I've had in quite some time, and it's not boring. A reversing camera, I find it a bit unusual. There isn't one in this one anyway. I'm sure it's specable in other versions of it. Out of the three modes that's available while driving, which is Eco, Comfort, Sport, Comfort seems to be given the best sort of all-round use, so your power is on tap when you want it, but then it's quite comfortable to drive and be in as well. The touchscreen is a little bit of a letdown. It's gorgeous looking, but there's just so many controls hidden away into it that it's quite a distraction while driving. I don't really like that. I think it's much easier, those big screens in the middle. I mean, when you sit at home watching television with an iPad in your hand, you only kind of half watch everything, and it's the very same thing here in the car. You're looking out the front window, but when you're trying to find something on the radio, or you're trying to change the audio streaming, or you're trying to change the temperature of the interior of the car, turn on the heated seats, a lot of those buttons are very fiddly and tucked away on that screen, which means it can be quite hard to see them. As a final thought, Volvo is a good presence. Volvo makes a distinct universal appeal on the road. It has pushed away from that architect feel, that kind of doctor on call feel to it, and has moved much more towards management, towards executives type of car, and that's what I like. But yet it's an honest car. It's really good and honest. It doesn't pretend to be a big sports wagon or anything. It's just a good, honest car. And for that, I admire what Volvo are doing. I still say that the Volvo XC90 is just a little bit too numb. It's too boring. It's too IKEA. Thank you very much for watching this review. Please subscribe. For God's sake, people, subscribe. Make sure you share the video, but if you really want to support this channel and what I'm trying to do here and remain independent and give you properly independent reviews, then you have to go to patreon.com/thenextgear, and you can give money there, or you can send it to me by PayPal. So if you go to paypal.com and then you search for Bob Flav at thenextgear.com, you could donate money directly into my PayPal account right there. Either one is perfect. I really need the money, and the money is not going into my pocket, I absolutely guarantee that. It's going to be spent on computer equipment and camera equipment, and if at all possible, an assistant, someone I can actually buy lunch for, which would be quite nice, or even pay for a hotel for if I need to. So if I can get a camera assistant, we can make much bigger, much more epic movies. I also want to add in drone footage and things like that. So if you know somebody out there with a drone, get them in touch with me. We'll see if we can do something with drone footage of the cars, which would be quite nice as well. But until tomorrow, I will see you on the far side.